Hey guys, if you don't know, my name is Ren and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today, as you can tell, I have everything nicely set up to decorate a cake. And it's not just any cake. No. In fact, this is a gluten-free and vegan cake for my D&D group because we are having our campaign finale tomorrow. Today is May 8th, tomorrow's May 9th. I don't know when you're going to see this, but it's going to be after that. I quickly drew up, I'm not an artist, but I quickly drew up what I am hoping to get from this. And I think with everything that I have, I'll be able to accomplish something similar to that. If you're wondering why I only have one cake that's kind of small in front of me, it's because I have one in the freezer right now. I had to rebake the cake because the second part of this cake turned into broken pieces. So I'm going to use that with the cake, but later on. So I did another one. It's currently in the freezer to cool down faster, but I still wanted this here for presentation. From what I said earlier, it is a gluten-free and vegan cake. And so my friend gave me some recommendations for frosting. So I am under the impression that this rich and creamy frosting chocolate flavor is vegan. It does say may contain milk ingredients, but this is on the PETA website. So we're going to go with it, and I'll make sure to let my group know. And then we also have two rich and creamy vanillas, which are also considered vegan. They're not labeled it, but they are labeled gluten-free. I've already opened one up and made it all green because we're going to be using a lot of green today. The other one is for other colors, which, as you can tell from here, is a little bit less. So you can't really see much of the top, but I'm going to decorate the entire top in green and hopefully make it look like grass. Right now, while I still have the cake cooling in the freezer, I'm going to make the door, the bright blue door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of vanilla frosting, put it in this bowl, put some blue gel dye in it that I have, and then I'm going to use a gluten-free and vegan Oreo. I'm just going to use the cookie, nothing else, and I'm going to frost that and then pop that into the freezer and then take out the cake. But for this video, before we get into it, I'm just going to let you know that I'm going to be doing a voiceover because I feel like that's going to be the easiest way that I can get this done. It's already 8:09 p.m. Because I worked all day today. So just something to make it easier for me. I'll just do a voiceover and yeah, we'll go from there. Everyone, fingers crossed that this tastes and looks really good because I have no backup. And the whole crew is expecting a Hobbit house cake. So failure is not an option. Well, let's get into it. All right, so the first step in making this Hobbit house cake was to frost the door. So I started with some vanilla frosting and then I grabbed blue food gel dye and I mixed that up. It turned out to be the perfect blue color that I was looking for. And then I grabbed the Oreo cookie, the gluten-free Oreo cookie, and just separated the cookie bit so that I can use it. And then I just put the frosting on top of it, try to smooth it out as best as possible. And here's a little slow-mo so that you could see it better because I'm dumb and put like half of this video in supersonic speed. So the next part was to put the cake on top of the cake pad. The cake kept falling apart, so I was trying to figure out how to transport it on. So I frosted a small bit of the bottom to see if I could hold the cake down and flip it over. And unfortunately, as you could tell, that was a major flop. It looked terrible. So I ended up stopping the video, calling my mom, trying not to have a mental breakdown, stepped away, ate some dinner, and then I just decided to put the cake on the cake pad off camera. So here it is. It's a Frankenstein cake, but it made it, we're good, kind of. And I melted some chocolate frosting, and I'm just putting that on top of the middle before I add on the second cake. Now there's a whole other slew of issues. We're not going to talk about that. See, because I put it in hyperdrive, I needed to slow down the video a little bit. But here's me putting the second cake on top of the first cake. Somehow it also survived, thankfully. And now I'm just combining a little bit of green frosting and chocolate frosting to just kind of add a thin first layer. Don't look at that. As you can see right here, I'm slicing a little bit of the top just to show where I'm going to cut. And here I am cutting. So now we have our Hobbit door entrance, and I'm just going to frost it. I did put some like vanilla frosting and chocolate frosting together to make it a more woody color as opposed to dirt. But yeah, some parts of the cake just did that. And now here I am trusting the process. Y'all, all of this was trusting the process because the cake was so flimsy and soft that after this happened, I thought I had completely screwed it up. I mean, look at that. But again, I had to trust the process. So I went in on the other side, and the other side worked a lot better, thankfully. But look at how terrible that looks. It's fine. Y'all, we gotta trust the process. So now I'm just scooping leftover cake and trimming the sides again, just trying to make it look better before I flip out even more because I needed to get this done for the next day. All right, so now I'm just adding some chocolate frosting to the sides before I do the grass feature. I apologize that you can't really see it that well. A camera stand and me trying to frost do not go well together. But here I am, still frosting it, and on the other side. But you you get it. You know that I'm just frosting it. Okay, moving on, moving on. Moving up. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just scooping the green frosting I did earlier. I'm using one of my portable cups just to be able to hold on because I'm scooping the majority of the frosting into this. Ignore my dog if you hear squeaking. So I'm just scooping it in, adding as much as I can, almost all of it. And now here we go. I just piped it in, and there's like a grass tip for frosting that I used. So I'm just individually piping each piece of grass. And oh my gosh, y'all, this hurt my hand so much that I almost gave up. But here I am, and now we're supersonic speed going through, going through, going through. And then you can kind of tell at one point when I was just in so much pain that I tried to cheat. And I told myself, no, we're not doing that. We are going to do this entire thing. I did not almost have like two panic attacks to not do this entire thing. So we're going, and then here it is. Look how pretty it is. See, it turned out just fine. Everyone's just gonna see the front. No one cares about the sides. And now we're putting on the door. So I took it out of the freezer, and I am just going to put a little bit of frosting on the back so that it sticks better because in between everything, I've been also putting the cake in the fridge to keep the frosting good. I didn't want it to melt because even though I turned the temperature down in my apartment, it still felt a little bit warm. I just wanted to make sure that the door did stick and wouldn't fall, so I just a little bit of frosting on there. And then I put it on. And now here I am just frosting the designs basically, like the wood panelings of a hobbit house. Now, this frosting bag, I think I just used a Ziploc bag. Yeah, I did just use a Ziploc bag. It is a pain in the butt. It was causing me so many issues that here I am just trying to fix the issue. And then I kept making the issue kind of worse. I don't know how I can make it worse. But we're still trusting the process. It's turning out fine. We're trusting the process. I'm not panicking. You're not panicking. No one's panicking. We are doing just fine. So we're still adding in some of the paneling and then smoothing it out to the best of my ability with the least amount of tools possible. Okay, so now we are doing the windows. I just put some vanilla frosting into another Ziploc bag. And I actually really liked how the windows turned out, thankfully. They were a lot easier than the wood paneling. I don't know how. But here I am making it more of a shape of a cute little arch window. So pretty. And then I put some blue frosting earlier into another Ziploc. So I'm just adding the window panels to it to make it look even prettier. I did mess up. Literally, all the frosting, everything was giving me such a hard time. Nothing wanted me to win. And yet, we persevered and we won. So, screw that frosting that was trying to sabotage me this entire time. We're still going. Do you see how many times the frosting just caused me issues? Crazy. Also, ignore the side of the cake. No one cared. No one cared about it. It turned out good. Right, and then lastly, I'm just putting the door handle onto the hobbit door as my final touch. And then hey, ignore the back. That you did not see that. No one sees the back. Okay, it's totally fine. No one cared. Here's the finished result. You can see that the grass does actually look like grass, and the wood paneling tried its best. All right, y'all, well, that was a whirlwind of emotions. I was so afraid that wasn't going to work out, but I think I did it. So this is what the goal was, correct? You tell the blue door, the wood outline, the windows, the grass, and then the bushes. And this is what we got. I'm going to clean up the sides a little bit, but we have the grass and we have the windows and the trimming. But good Lord. It was not looking great for a hot minute. This is going to be traveling with me for 30 minutes in my car, and it's supposed to be like 78 degrees tomorrow. So I'm a little bit worried about how it's going to do on the drive over, but it's as good as it can get. I'll take some pictures so in case it gets messed up, I'm like, here's what it was supposed to look like. Next time that I do something like this, I'll do like a redemption cake. I'm not going to do a gluten-free or a vegan cake. I honestly think that it was the egg replacement that caused so many issues. Not saying that the egg replacement is bad in any way. I just don't think that either one, I did it right. Two, I didn't let the cake set enough after it baked. Or three, I just don't know what I'm doing and it was my first time using egg replacement. We'll see for next time. Sorry, I feel like I'm showing you the butt of it and the butt is not pretty. But this part is pretty okay. I feel good about taking this to everyone and showing it off. I was so scared that it was going to turn out terrible. This is good for a first attempt. Next time it will be with a regular cake where I think that I can actually do it a little bit better. And that is all for today or tonight. I'm going to re-dye my hair because I have some patchy spots in it. And it's only 10:30 p.m. So what? This took 2.5 hours, roughly. I mean, you had to put in that like I called my mom because I was about to freak out and I ate some dinner. So it all kind of works out. Anyways, I'm going to go. I hope you all have a good night. Wish me luck for D&D, even though we'll already know what happened by this point. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.